What if I told you there's a jar that can grant your deepest wishes? A jar so magical, it has the power to change lives, not through spells or fairy dust, but through something even more extraordinary. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? But what happens when people discover this jar? Will they use it for good or selfish desires? Stay tuned, because this story will leave you questioning everything you know about kindness and human nature. Let's dive in. In a small, sleepy town surrounded by rolling hills, something extraordinary happened. An old man, mysterious and wise, appeared in the marketplace one day with a glowing jar. The jar had a simple sign, "Leave your wish, and if it's selfless, it will come true." At first, people laughed it off. A jar that grants wishes? Impossible, they said. But then something unbelievable happened. A farmer, desperate to save his crops during a drought, was the first to try. But his wish wasn't for himself. He wished for rain to water the fields, not just his, but the entire town's. That night, clouds gathered, and the rain poured like never before. Coincidence? Maybe. But the jar's magic didn't stop there. Then came Timmy, a boy with a heart too big for his small frame. Timmy's mom had passed away, and his dad had sunk into a deep sadness, barely speaking or smiling. Timmy wrote a simple wish, "I wish my dad would smile again." He dropped the note into the jar and waited, hope flickering in his little heart. But here's the twist. The jar didn't grant Timmy's wish. Not immediately. You see, the jar's magic worked differently. It only granted wishes that were entirely selfless. The old man, sensing the boy's pure intentions, decided to intervene. And what he did next would change the town forever. Timmy, inspired by the jar's rules, made another wish. This time, he wished for the lonely widow down the street to find happiness. The very next day, the widow received a job offer that gave her life new meaning. She smiled for the first time in years, and that smile spread like wildfire. The town began to change. One by one, the townsfolk began making wishes. But they weren't for themselves. They wished for their neighbors, their friends, even strangers. And with each selfless wish, the jar glowed brighter. The town, once struggling and divided, became a beacon of hope and compassion. Then one morning, the old man was gone. He left behind a simple note, "The real magic isn't in the jar. It's in your hearts. Keep wishing selflessly, and the world will flourish." The jar stopped glowing, but its impact remained. The town never forgot the lesson it taught them. Years later, Timmy carried on the old man's legacy. He placed a new jar in a new town with the same sign, "Leave your wish, and if it's selfless, it will come true." Because kindness is contagious. And maybe, just maybe, the real magic is in passing it on. So, what would you wish for if you had this jar? Remember, the most powerful wishes are the ones we make for others. If this story moved you, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs a little magic, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories. See you in the next video.